Shalom, shalom, Israel. Back again today, doing a lesson today. I know it's been a little while. I ain't been with my people. Miss y'all. Know y'all miss me too. So, nothing but love. Y'all wait. We about to get this lesson started today. It will be about how do Israel be perfect. So, man say you can't be perfect. Of course, not with man law you can't be perfect, but with the Father law you can. But you still have to work on it. Repent daily. Do what the Father and Son will and want us to do. That means follow the law, statutes, commandment, keep that covenant, and believe in the testimony of the Father and the Son. So we're gonna get this thing going today. Hope everybody doing well too. Hope everybody had a great Sabbath. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope the fast is still going good. Hoping the Father open you up to many things in this book. Been having some real great conversation with y'all that doing it. Give me some feedback. After this lesson. And in this lesson today, we gonna have a nugget in this lesson also. Then I will let you know when the nugget comes. So hope y'all enjoy this nugget today. I'm gonna get to y'all. So it's gonna get interesting today, Israel. So once again, the title: How do Israel be perfect? So we're gonna start out of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. So the Father wants to be perfect. And by being perfect, the only way you can be perfect by doing the law, statutes, and commandment, obeying the covenant, being obedience, doing what the Father wants you to do in His will, and believing the testimony of the Father and the Son. So let's move on to James 1 and chapter 4. James 1 chapter 4 is real. The Father put this lesson on me today. I had something else I was going to bring out, but He put it on me to bring this out. So I'm always being obedient to the word. Going to always do this till I leave Him. Let's get to it. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, weigh nothing, want nothing, entire, want nothing. So one thing we have to really be in this walk, we got to be patient in this walk. It don't happen at a snap of the finger. You got to be patient in this walk, and have patience with one another. You know what I'm saying? Have patience with one another, studying this word and reading this word, and having faith. And having faith, you got to put action in it, which is work. So the Father will show you things that you want to be shown in this word. Let's carry on. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 15. It's not going to be a super long lesson, but we're going to push this thing through. Okay, Israel, I'm about to be there. 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 15. All right. But as He which had called you is holy, so be ye holy in all matters of conversation. So even, conversation, you be holy. Don't be snapping and going off me perfectly. I try to work on my word process because sometimes I can go in. So I'm trying to stop going in. Hey, better see it and doing. But I'm about to put that work in, put the action in. So I'm about to be doing it. So, let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 7. 2 Corinthians chapter 7. And we're going to go to verse 1. Correction. 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Verse 1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfect holiness in the fear of God. So you got to have fear in the Father, you know what I'm saying, and be holy. That means that keep this book. Don't let no filthiness get in your body, that's in your flesh. So don't let it get to your spirit, because it's already on your flesh. Don't let your flesh crawl to the spirit. So let's keep all things is filthy, unclean away from us. So Israel, let's do a better job with that. Starting with myself first. So we're gonna move on. Let's go to 1 John chapter 3. 1 John chapter 3. And we're gonna read verse 3. I'm almost there, Israel. Getting there. Beautiful thing be doing work for the Father and Son with the people that he love and that I love. So, you know, all praises. So let's get this going. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 3. And every man that had this hope in him purify himself, even as he is pure. So you got to purify yourself through these scriptures. Keeping the world about your heart, which is your mind. Keeping your flesh clean, away from all the filth in this world. That means that, you know, don't be around people that's filthy. When I mean filthy, doing things of this word fornication with the world, you know, doing these worldly things, you know. So keep far from them, because we know the Father didn't do the things of the world. He is pure, so he wants to purify ourselves, which the only way we can purify ourselves through the word, living the word, not just reading the word. Doing the word means living the word. You got to show action, which is action is work. So we're going to keep going on. Let's go to, now this is the nugget of the day. We got the nugget of the day. So the nugget of the lesson. So we'll come out of 1 John chapter 4. Chapter 4 and verse 17. The nugget of the day. So we're going to talk about this. Actually, we're going to read, I said that real country, weed. Let me say it right. Read verses 17 through 21. So let's go at it right quick. Let's get at the work. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this word. So it go right back, you know what I'm saying, this world. Go right back to that verse we just left from 1 John chapter 3, verse 3. When he said, purify himself, even as he is pure. So you got to purify yourself, you know what I'm saying, with this book. So let's keep going. There is no fear in love, but perfect love cast out fear, because fear have tormented. He that fear is not made perfect in love. So you know what the Father really saying. You know you fear him and keep his commandments. But what he talking about, fearing these things of the world. So when you fear anything of the world, it means that you don't have that perfect love with the Father. Because if you had that perfect love with the Father, you would follow the laws and commandments. So you know that means that you had that perfect love with him and fearing his word, but not man's word. Let's keep going. We love him because he first loved us. And that's true, you know. He first loved us. We can't say all Israel loved him, because we see Israel doing this, doing that. And we ain't talking about people that are not in the truth. We talking about people that are in the truth. Leave the word of things out of Israel. We don't need makeup. We don't need weed. We don't need man putting dye in their head and in their beard. We don't need man and toupee to their head. You know, be yourself. Be real. Don't be of this world, you know. Like the Father just said and the Son just said, we love him because he first loved us. Let's keep going. If a man say, I love God and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he have seen, how can he love God whom he had not seen? So, you know, that's a lot to say, you know, right there. So you're saying you don't love your brother, your sister, you know, king or queen, daughter of Zion, you don't love them. And you see them every day and you say you love the Father, somebody you never ever seen. So that speak value about your life, you know, who you really living. You living a lie, or you living and try to be righteous. One of the two. There's no straddling the fence, so one of the two. So let's keep going. Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he would, loving God, love his brother also. So you gotta love your brother also, love your people also. So, you know, a lot of people have a hard time with that, and I see it all the time, and they say They love the Father and the Son, but you know, other things speak like they don't. So you know, we're gonna stay in that nugget for a minute. We're gonna go to the Apocrypha, and we're gonna start out in Ecclesiastes Chapter 2, verse 15. Let me get to it, Israel. I'm getting to it. And that will be in the red book, page 71. I'm getting there. I'm almost there, Israel. Have a little picture with your brother. All right. And the Apocalypse Ecclesiastes is chapter 2 and verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. So keeping his words and keep his ways mean you keeping the commandments, you keeping the covenant of the Father and the Son. So let's not forget that if you're going to keep the words, you're going to keep his ways. Because remember, he also said you will be judged by every word that come out your mouth. You know, that means that everything that came out your mouth, you're going to get judged by it. So, you know, let's be righteous and do right, not just with yourself. Because say if you love yourself, love others as you love yourself. So remember that, Israel, that's something that a lot of our people have to really work on. And as I like saying, get understanding through all things. So let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 19, verse 24. We stand in the Apocrypha. So I will be going to page 81 in the Apocrypha. I'm almost there, Israel. Getting there. Yes, indeed. And verse 24, I done made Israel. Hallelujah. He that has small understanding and feared God is better than one that had much wisdom and transgressed the law of the Most High. So what the Father's saying, let me read that again and break it down. He that has small understanding, man, he had a little understanding of this book. Like most of us have a little understanding of this book. And we fear God, or YAH, is better than one that had much wisdom. Like that means you got a lot of people ain't got much wisdom, but they don't fear the Father, and they do what they want to do. They do what they elders say do, what they deacons say do, what they bishops say do. You know, what they teachers say do, what they pastors say do. No, do what the books say do. And transgress the law of the Most High. And we got a lot of people transgressing the law of the Most High. I don't know if they knowing they doing it or not knowing. But better ask the Father for understanding. That's why he say get understanding through all things, not some things, through all things in this book. So let's move on to Ecclesiastes chapter 34, and we're going to go to verses 13 and 14, page 91. That will be if you got the red book. So, you know, we're going to go to chapter 34 and read verses 13 and 14. Let's go. The spirit of those that fear, the spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live. Do your spirit fear? Do your spirit fear the Lord? Just asking, huh? I know mine do, so I hope y'all do too, Israel. For their hope is in him that saved them. So your hope in him save you. You know what I'm saying? I hope it saved me. I hope that grace and mercy be upon not just me, among Israel that love the Father and Son and fear. To be perfect. To fear the Father is to be perfect in the law, statute, commandment, the covenant, and the testimony of the Son, of the Messiah. And we're going to keep reading. Whoso fear the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. So now we see he is our hope, the Father and the Son. You know, it's a perfect fear. You know the commandments of the Father and the Son, the covenant, and the testimony. Knowing the Messiah. to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So our people need to get that right there. And that was the nugget of this lesson, or the nugget of the day of this lesson. So I hope y'all enjoy that nugget of the day of this lesson, because it was very interesting, you know, to me. And I hope it was interesting to y'all. So we're going to move back to the book. And we're going to go to Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. So Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. Like I said, Israel, I ain't trying to hold you super long today, but we get into the meat of the lesson now. So let's get this going, you know. Can't wait for the gathering too, the Royal Gathering coming up. So I hope everybody getting their tickets, and we'll be there. You will see King Mic Maliss, myself, and others in action there. So, you know, can't wait. I can't wait to see y'all. Can't wait to talk to you. Can't wait to shake your hand. Can't wait to hug y'all and talk about these scriptures and just seeing how y'all doing. Okay, but I done made it there. So we about to begin Psalm chapter 19, verse 7. Let's get it going. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the souls. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making the wise the simple. So the Father just told you, you got to believe in the law, converting the soul. The testimony also, you got to believe what we've been talking about all lesson. And it'll sure the wise simple. So he made the wise simple. Because like he said, we simple-minded. It's a simple, he tried to make this book simple and possible for us to understand and get understanding from. Because in order to get knowledge and wisdom, you got to get understanding. So when you went to school, they always told you wisdom, knowledge, understanding. But first you got to get the understanding, then you get the knowledge, then you get the wisdom. Same thing related to this book. In a great good book, I call it the book of life. So let's keep going. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 61. 1 Kings chapter 8. And we're going to go to verse 61. All right. I done made it there, Israel. Let your heart therefore be perfect. Let's read that one more time. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments, as at this day. That means to this day you keep his law, statutes, and commandment. That's perfect. That being perfect. That's the perfect feel. So I hope y'all got that. And I'm going to read it one more time because I really want y'all to get this. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, with our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandment as at this day. So to this day. And furthermore, you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. So y'all, let's ease on to Luke chapter 12 and 5. Luke chapter 12 and 5. Yes, indeed. I'm almost there, Israel, getting there. 12 and verse 5. Yes, indeed. Getting there. All right, I made it there. But I will forewarn you, whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he had killed had power to cast into hell. Yea, I say unto you, fear him. And so you know you better be fearing the Father and the Son. If you ain't fearing them, hey, you know what's up? He just told you. He can cast you into hell. So how many of y'all want to be cast in? I hope nobody don't want to be cast in hell. I know I don't. I don't want none of that heat. And I don't want y'all to get none of that heat. You know, Queen Tonya be tripping me out. she be saying, you know, cast their ass into hell, they gonna burn. And so Queen Tonya, hey, that shout out to you, Queen. You be having me rolling. Enjoyed the lesson too, you bro. Queen really enjoyed that, how to make that home remedy tea. I really enjoyed that too. King Mike enjoyed your lesson, you know, this week. That was a great lesson about what these people try to do some with these fake sons they trying to build to nuclear weapons, which they already are. So now technology is real life. And King Martin enjoyed your lesson too about the book. So, you know, people better get that book of life, the living book King Martin was talking about. So y'all go over there and check King Martin G out. Check his page. I got some great lessons. Y'all get into that. It's real. So hey, the family been busy this week, I say. So hey, I'm just trying to end it, you know, trying to start it off with a bang again. So we're going to keep going. Let's go to Matthew 10 and 28. Matthew 10 and 28. Matthew 10 and 28. All right. Okay, they made it there. And fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and the body in hell. So you better fear the Father. By fearing the Father, you're showing that you love him and keeping his commandments and the covenant and the testimony of his son, the Messiah. Let's move on. So we're going to get into another little nugget. So y'all got two nuggets in this lesson right here. Two nuggets. You know, I normally just put one, but you got two nuggets in this lesson. So let's go to Psalms 96 and verse 4. We want to talk about some things. Let's go to Psalms 96 and 4. I'm almost there. Israel 96 and 4. All right. I made it there. Okay. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. So now I want to get into that all God situation. So we're going to get into, let's go to Exodus 20. So, you know, Father ain't making a mistake what he said. He mean what he said. He always mean what he said. So it's just us. We want to do what we want to do. I ain't going to say us. I'm going to say them. We want to do what they want to do. So we know about that lava bed. We don't want none of that. They can keep that. Like my cousin King Randy Porter would say. Or King Aaron the Bible would say. You don't want that Wi-Fi box. So let's get into it. And we're going to talk about it right here. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So don't forget the text that you just read, the little nugget in Psalm 96 and 4. Let's keep going. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. So the Father wants you putting all these different animals on your body, the most stupid zodiac signs, all them old grievous images of things, or your favorite rappers and movie star, basketball, football player, all that crap. Move to the side. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about them other peoples you which is you calling gods. You know, let's keep going. Thou shalt not bow down theyself to them, nor serve them. Pledge allegiance to the flag. You know what I'm saying? In your church, bow down to that cross in your church. You know, none of that. We don't do them things. Nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God that visits the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So, you know, you can see that right now. There's a lot of that going on. But let's read the end part of this. 6. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandment. That remedy. Thousands of them that love him and keep my commandments. Always go back to the commandments. But we're not finished yet. We're going to ease on Leviticus 19 and chapter 19 verse 4. Yes, indeed. All right. I done made it to Israel, so we're going to get to going. Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourself molten gods. I am the Lord your God. So you see a lot of multi-images around. You see them at football stadium. You see them at all these historic places that you go to and things. So, the Father don't make no multi-statues. The simple things you think that ain't a sin or a God that you're serving. You know what I'm saying? And he said, don't idolize. A lot of people idolize. People don't even know. Father don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, we see a lot of people doing a lot of strange things. Worshiping, loving, they bow down to a wall. And the Father just say, don't do none of that. So we're going to keep moving on. So let's go to Deuteronomy Chapter 6, and we will be reading verses 12 through 15. And this will sum up the second nugget. So, yes, indeed, Israel, we get it in today. So, I'm almost there. So, I done made it there now, Israel. We're about to get to reading. Then beware lest thou forget the Lord which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt. Like he gonna do again. He gonna do it again. But it's gonna be on a grand scale this time. From the house of bondage. Okay, let's keep reading. Thou shalt fear the Lord, thy God, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. You're gonna serve the Father and the Son. Let's keep going. Verse 14. Ye shall not go after other gods. He said again, ye shall not go after other gods of the people which are around and about you. So we know we scatter in the other nations, but we don't go to their gods and around about you. You don't deal with their gods. You only deal with the God or YAH you want to say out of the scripture. I say the Father and the Son, the Most High and the Messiah is what I would say out of this book. None of this stuff you can see with your eyes. Let's keep going. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. And he told you that in Revelation chapter 22 towards the end. Don't add subtract to my word. You won't even be in the book of life. He's going to utter destroy you like he just said right then. Matter of fact, just let me just go read that, just to show, that what the Father really mean about that right there. Father was not playing when he talked about that situation. So let me read verse 19, because that's what he's talking about. Israel is what he's talking about. So let me read that. And if any man shall take away from the word of the book of this prophet, God shall take away his part out of the book of life and out the holy city and from thee things which are written in this book. So the Father wasn't playing around what he just said. All the way back in Deuteronomy, way back in the beginning, he said, let me read that verse one more time too. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. So he just told you at the end what he gonna do to you. And I don't think none of us want to be destroyed other than off the face of the earth. So let's go to Psalms 119. That end the nugget. So we're gonna go to Psalm 119 and 9. Psalms 119 and 9. I'm getting that Israel. Excuse me. All right. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. So you got to take heed to this word. Live this word. Do this word. Be about this word. Not just talk about this word. It's how you cleanse yourself through the word. You cleanse the inner man so your outer man can be shown. Like a lot of people, they cleanse the inner man, the outside man, the inner man still messed up. So clean that inner man up You know, the outside man gonna do what it do, but you know, you want to see that. They want to see that spirit, that light that shine among Israel, not just in you, but among Israel, for everybody to see that it shine, and they'll cling on to this word, not you, but to the word. So we're gonna move on. So I'm gonna get into a few other things now. Israel to sum this thing up, and I'm hoping y'all getting something out of it. What did Noah do to be perfect with the Most High? So let's see what Moses did to be perfect with the Most High. So Noah did to be perfect with the Most High. So let's go to Genesis 6 and 9. Genesis 6 and 9. All right. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man. Keep that in mind. And perfect in his generation. And Noah walked it with God. So Noah walked it with YAH. Because he was what? A just man. Being a just man, his generation, he was perfect. So he walked it with YAH, with the Father, with the Most High. So that's how he became perfect in this book. Let's keep going. Let's go to another person in this book that became perfect with the Father. So we're going to talk about good old Abraham. We're going to talk about Abraham. Oh, Abe. I'm about to get to it in a minute, then I'm going to tell you. What did Abraham do to be perfect with the Most High? Let's go to Genesis 17 and 1. And when Abraham was 90 years old, 90 years and 9, the Lord appeared to Abraham and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect. So he walked it because you remember Abraham was one of the people that the Father called his friend. He called Abraham his friend. So let's get into that. I want to go down here and read a little bit more about that. Verse 9. When he said, and God said in the same chapter 17, we're going to drop down to 9. And God said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou, and they seed after thee in their generation. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and the seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. So, you can go on forth with that, but I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. So, Abraham, he feared the Father, kept his law, statutes, and commandment, and that's how he was perfect with the Father and the Son. Kept his covenant, kept the testimony. So let's move on, talk about somebody else. What did Job do to be perfect with the Most High? Let's get to Job real quick. We're going to go to Job 1. Job chapter 1. I'm getting there, Israel. I'm almost there. Almost there. All right, I done made it at Job 1 and 1. There was a man in the land of Oz. Ooh, oh, this gonna trip you out too. Matter of fact, Oz, Wizard Oz. Y'all think about that, how they used the book to make movies with. They just took the UZ and made out of OZ. Let's keep going. Whose name was Job, and the man was perfect and upright. He was an upright man, so he was perfect. Law, statute, and commandment, kept the covenant and testimony of the Father and the Son, and one that feared God and excused. He didn't deal with no evil. And excused evil. He didn't deal with no evil. Blameless. He didn't mess with that mess. Job was an upright man. He was a righteous man. He feared the Father. He kept the law, statutes, and commandment, the covenant, and believed in the testimony of the Son, the great Emmanuel. So, let's keep going. Now we're going to get to the one and only. Greater than all of them. King of kings, Lord of lords. How were the Messiah perfect with the Most High. So let's ease on to John 5, chapter 5 and verse 30. Yeah, I said 30. Yeah, no. I said 30. Alright. Ease on to that. Chapter 5, verse 30. Alright. Make sure I'm on the right situation. I'm on the right situation. Alright. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is just, because I seek not of my own will, but the will of the Father which has sent me. So he did the will of the Father. The Son of the Messiah did the will of his Father, and that's how he was perfect. He feared his Father, and he did them law, statutes, and commandment, kept that covenant he made from the beginning. So you ain't got to worry about him by testimony, because he was a testimony. So okay, we're gonna move on, and now we're gonna end this thing, Israel. Now, my question to you, Israel. I hope y'all got some out of this lesson. This the last thing. What do we have to do to be perfect with the Most High, YAH, and the Messiah? Let's go to that. Let's go to Luke chapter 1, verse 6. Luke chapter 1, verse 6. So let's get into that. And this we're talking about a few other people, but this also go for us too. And they were both uprighteous before YAH, walking in all the commandments and ordinance of the Lord, blameless. So Israel, we got to do the same thing. We got to walk and do these commandments. Follow the ordinance, follow the covenant, do the covenant. Believe in the testimony of the Messiah. That the Most High sent his Son to die for our sin and rose on the third day. We got to believe that. We got to believe his testimony. We got to believe he did all the works that he did for the Father. Like we doing work for the Messiah and the Father right now. So we got to believe that Israel. I hope y'all enjoyed this lesson. I hope y'all got a lot out of this lesson. How do Israel be perfect? So with that said, Israel, like I say always, nothing but love this way. Y'all be safe. I love y'all, Israel. Let's get this week going. We getting closer to the Royal Gala. Almost show time for Israel to party. So with that said, I love y'all, Israel. Be safe. Shalom.